For me there, you ever see me? For me there, you ever see me and a man a fight it? We no fight, brother. We kill people. You want it? You want it? Beat up yourself. Beat yourself and stop beat up yourself, bro. Live life. You think I run make we bad? We bad natural. Natural wicked people. You see me alone go fight for me come here. We don't circle you, let me kill you. Circle you one pop. See if you not dead up on that bomb clock before 6 o'clock. I can't talk about this. So we are drinking the rum. Nigga stop drinking rum and go on like you're a wicked man. Because you don't know wicked man. Stick to your trade, you know.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. A dancehall war is brewing, and I am not speaking about any sorts of musical clash. I am speaking about a war that could get deadly, where persons could actually lose their life. And this is a conflict that has been going on for a little while between dancehall artist Chronic Law and an ex-dancehall artist known as Malidan. Malidan is linked with the Six, meaning squash. Chronic Law was once a part of the Six. However, it seems as if they've since drifted ways. Now, this all started or flared up once again when Malidan was doing a performance and he was defending the Six, and he was saying that it seems as if some people start this the Six, this the squash, and I say all kind of thing, different clique, different crew. Most persons in the dancehall space in the street thought that at least he was speaking to Chronic Law. I want you to take a look to that edited version of that performance in which he was sending out these subliminal disses so you can get a better idea.
From all the I see some man going like them want this or 5-6. Pussy member 6 the whole I used to say. When I come with all sort of different number. Look a boy. Show 6 bars there and jail, I see everybody a switch. But 6 bars soon forward a bum buckler road. And I bump some out there that go bumps in a real life. So watch ya. Play the bum buckler song ya.
So people, like I said, this is a war that has been brewing for a while. Friends become enemies. Dancehall artists become rival. All used to be a part of the Six. However, Chronic Law is doing his thing independently. One of the top artists in a dancehall. So we saw that performance and we saw that there were a couple of posts on social media. However, the post or video that I just showed you is the latest. But that video also was with a caption on social media that says, "See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil." People, these are serious threats that are being sent out for artists that don't need to cap, artists that are actually gang related in the streets in a real life. Hopefully, they keep it musically. However, don't be surprised if it escalates and reach in the street in a real life. Point blank and period.
This afternoon, a man police say was linked to multiple murders was fatally shot during an early morning operation in Negril. It happened around 1 Friday during a cordon and search operation at Tank Hill, Negril, Westmoreland. Police say as they approached the home of Nahari Drako Richards, they were met with gunfire. Officers returned fire, fatally wounding Richards, who later died at the Savannah Lamar Public Hospital. Now, during the exchange, a police officer was hit in the chest, but his ballistic vest prevented injury. Richards was a known criminal suspect and was being sought in connection with the July 11 murder of Kemar Emperor Williams in Little Haiti, Negril. He was also a person of interest in the 2021 killing of student constable Devon Brown. Now, police sources say Richards often boasted about killing lawmen and was closely linked to David Baraka Thomas, another reputed Negril-based gangster in connection with Williams' murder. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, has been notified of the incident.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, I am truly convinced that a lot of these lawyers have secrets for a lot of these judges. And both of them might be in some sorts of cult. And this is based on their action, based on the fact that it seems as if just about any criminal element is eligible for bail, whatever he or she does. I am speaking about an incident, a shooting that took place in the St. Catherine area, where a 47-year-old man known as Dave Tapper, government name. It is said that he had an altercation with the person that reported him to the police. A couple days later, Mr. Tapper went to that man's house with a gun, him brandish a gun, wheel and pop off and blaze up some can on this man. The man was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital. He then ran to the Popo station, told the Popo did an investigation. A couple of days later, Mr. Dave Tapper was arrested and officially charged. However, that is not the problem. The problem is that Mr. Tapper went to the court, Spanish Town Parish Court to be specific, with his lawyer, and his lawyer's name is Akeem Hemsley. He convinced the judge that this man, his client, should be out on bail, and he was granted $500,000 bail. Even after being arrested and charged for wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, using a weapon in commencement of a felony, and unauthorized use or ammunition. So people, let me ask you this. This was obviously premeditated. He did not shoot the man on the spot. He went home and he got his tool, and a couple of days later he went back to the man's house and called him up. And the judge was convinced that this man qualified for bail. $500,000, that is about $3,000 for shooting somebody with an illegal weapon, name it. So people, let me ask you a question. If that person qualifies for bail, what do you need to do not to qualify for bail? Because what we've seen is that the same people that are committing the same crimes over and over, repeat offenders, and they are being given bail. So based on what we're seeing, we can only come to the logical conclusion that something is wrong with the system. And the judge, instead of being a part of the solution, is being a part of the problem. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, still continuing on the theme of war, this time of the political, tribal type or gang type that is happening in St. Andrew. On Tuesday or so, there was a shooting. That shooting was said to be targeted at JLP MP Donovan Williams. The car them get shot up, however, Mr. Williams and his crew was okay. Since then, there's been a whole bunch of allegations and accusations. The JLP claiming that this is some sort of retaliation by the PNP. They did not say it in as much word, but they were insinuating. The PNP came out and said that this has nothing to do with politics. It is gang related. Gangs in the era, they are flaring up. It seems as if the PNP have inside information. The PNP knows more than the JLP knows, more than the police cares to say. So I am going to let you hear what the JLP MP, Mr. Donovan Williams, has to say. He is not afraid and he is proceeding because he knows that there's an election to win and they are going to win it. And certain people are trying to stop it. I am also going to let you hear what the police has to say as it pertains to the update on their investigation and their determination. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Just minor skirmish with people tearing down flags and so, but we have brought the situation under control. Those persons who are responsible for those skirmish have been taken into custody. So we expect that things will go normal throughout. We know that there's a news item, and given that particular incident and some of the comments being made, we have precautionary steps to ensure that all the persons participating in the activities today are safe.
Afraid of what? No, you don't see them out here in the numbers. What are them afraid of? We condemn any act of political intimidation. We condemn it. And we are not intimidated. And our supporters are here. We're just ready.
Are you worried though about the acts of violence? No, because I think the police now is on top of things, not just in Central Kingston, but nationally. They have seemed to won the confidence and trust of the people. So hence the investment that the government have done in the JCF is paying off. What do you think about going in that area? You're afraid?
No, I'm afraid for. I tell you the truth, I'm afraid bad. If McGregor run round here, Tel Aviv, my business about south. They say if McGregor run Tel Aviv, we are going to be safe. Our kids them are going to grow up good in the community.
We are open to use some forensics and other things to determine exactly what may have transpired there. Well, the incident that took place down by Southside the other night had nothing to do with the People's National Party. I am certain I have intel that informs me that what took place, and all the parties that were involved know what took place.
So people, you heard what the JLP MP had to say, and you heard what the police had to say. Police investigation is ongoing, and whomever is responsible will have to meet the full brunt of the law. And you hear the JLP MP say he is not afraid. He thinks within himself that it has everything to do with tribal war. And the JLP even took it a little bit further when the chairman of the communication task force of the JLP, his name is Senator Anka Fitzhenley. He said that based on what the PNP is saying, he is trying to downplay that this might be politically motivated and claiming that it is gang related. Based on the investigation or information from the police has not confirmed that this has anything to do with gang activity. So pretty much he was insinuating that this has everything to do with sabotage by the PNP. I want you to take a look to exactly what he had to say in his interview that he did with TVJ, and then I'll give my piece.
We have no such information, and before coming on here, I checked with the police high command, and I made an inquiry whether they have any such information, and the answer is no. So I'm not too sure where data has gotten that from. I'd hope it's not another case of him saying what is not so. As far as the matter of what a motive is, we leave that to the police to determine. What we can do is just indicate the facts of what transpired. And when I interacted with the members of the community and the MP's campaign team, they corroborated what he said. But, the position of the Jamaica Labour Party concerning this matter is that we urge supporters to exercise restraint with the outcome of the investigation and take all steps that are possible to ensure that peace prevails.
So people, we heard what everybody have to say. We hear what Dr. Dayton Campbell had to say. We hear what the police had to say. And we heard what the JLP party and its affiliates has to say. Based on what the police has to say, it is inconclusive. They have not yet made a determination. Based on what the JLP had to say, Donovan Williams insinuating, he thinks that it has something to do with the PNP and not any sorts of gang activity. PNP again saying that they have nothing to do with any sorts of sabotage. So people, like I've always said, there are always 3 to 4 sides, 2 to 3 sides to every story. We hear from the JLP, we hear from the PNP, we hear from the Popo. But based on word on the street says this has all to do with politics and badness intertwining. It is said that yes, there is a gang rivalry in the era known as Southside. In a Southside, you have 3 gangs. You have the dark side, you have the genocide, and you have the wild side. It is said that at least 2 of these gangs are not very satisfied with their side because it seems as if persons and other gangs are getting bigger favor. So the MP or the politician is dissing two of the three sides. And the motive behind this might be coming from retaliation from two of the three sides, saying that they feel slighted, they feel disrespected. So therefore, they are going to make the politician know, say, listen, don't come around here with your politics if we are not gaining, if you are choosing side in the south side. So people, that is what word on the street is saying. So the police, after those interviews that was done by the police, by the PNP, by the JLP, they put out a statement in the news. I want you to take a listen, take a look at exactly what they had to say. With anybody that is involved in this, more than likely gangsters, you will be met with the full force of the law. We are not playing. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Detectives from the Criminal Investigations Branch are probing the circumstances surrounding the incident. The JCF has sought to assure the public that the investigation into the incident will be conducted in a thorough, impartial, and professional manner. The High Command says it views any report of gun violence with the utmost seriousness, particularly where it potentially threatens public safety or undermines the democratic process. The JCF says it maintains a zero-tolerance approach to violence in all its forms, including any act that may be politically motivated. And the JCF is calling for Jamaicans to refrain from any form of political violence and to play their part in ensuring the upcoming election is peaceful. The High Command has also warned that the police will continue to act decisively to ensure those who seek to disrupt peace and order are held accountable under the law.
So people, you heard what the police had to say indirectly. The only persons that we've not heard from are the gangsters. Let me know in the comment section if you think that the JLP is blaming the PNP. Do you think that the PNP is trying to sabotage the JLP? Or do you think that this is a mix of politics and gang gone bad? And everybody is trying to cover it up, including the po-po, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if dancehall is just a sham, dancehall is just a hobby. And it is actually crime that pays. I am speaking about an incident that took place on or about the 7th of July 2025, where three individuals, including a dancehall artist, Mr. Yashua Clark, 29-year-old recording artist known as Asobas. Based on the information, it is said that at about 12:30 p.m., that is just after midday, the three individuals went into a repair shop. Them wheel and pop off, put everybody upon them face. Nobody move, nobody gets hurt. They then robbed the place, take what themselves, thought that they got away scot-free. However, the eyes in the sky, CCTV, they were watching and got everything in full detail, including picture of the artist. Now there's a saying that you cannot be an artist and also be a bad man, because then you have to make posts on social media. You have to go to these stage shows and you have to perform. So therefore your enemy can catch you slipping. Well, people, it seems as if the same appropriately applies to being a criminal element. And that is simply because whenever your picture or image goes out there, or you do anything that is wrong, you're going to be easy to find. People are going to say, then hold on a minute. And under the artist that, especially if you have a criminal past and you have pictures in the system. And I don't know what are the circumstances that led to his arrest, but it seems as if the victim and the police put 2 and 2 together, and they should have taken out his 3 points, send him 6'6", point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.